So today we will see the analysis of simple beam using the ANSYS. So just for demonstration purpose, I have taken a book of finite element method, basic concepts and applications. The author of the book is Chenna Kesava Alavla. So I am taking a solved problem from this book, which is given in the page number 133. So as you can see in the book, the beam is a beam which is having one end is fixed and the other end we have a roller, and at the center also we have a roller. This beam is subjected to uniformly distributed load at the second span, and the first span is free. You can see the material properties, that is E value is given over here, so 200 GPa, and I value is 500 10 to the power 6. So we cannot insert the value of I directly into the software. So what we can do is we can do some reverse calculations, and then we can get the dimensions of the beams. So let us start with the software. So I'm just typing APDL over here. So here I have ANSYS 2020 R1. So let us start with the software. So this is the interface of ANSYS 2020 R1 academic. So here let us go for the preferences. Let us go for the structural preferences. Now in the preprocessor we have to give all the inputs. So the very first input which you have to give is the element type. We can select the beam type of element. So we can use a 2-noded 188 element or 3-noded element, or we can use the default one. So let us say OK, and then we have to give the material properties. So in the material properties I have to give the modulus of elasticity only, and in the problem we have seen that the material property is given as 200 GPa. So I am taking all the units in newtons and millimeter. So the value of E comes out to be 200 into 10 to the power 3 Newton per mm square. So this is 200 E3. Poisson's ratio is not at all required, so we are giving this as 0 and say OK. So material definition is done. Now we have to give the sections. So I am going for beams, and we are using a common section. So we have seen over here the value of I is 5 10 to the power 6. So if we take a section which is having dimensions 88 by 88, is going to give you a modulus of elasticity, or the moment of inertia equivalent to this one. So let us go for the common sections. Now in the common section we can give the name as say BEAM. You can give anything. The dimensions, that is B, we have to give is as 88 and height as 88 and say OK. Now while doing the analysis of beam, one thing we need to understand that the coordinate system we have to change. Right now we are in the we are looking at a plane which is X and Y plane. So you always understand that the when you are analyzing the beam, we have to work in XZ plane. So I'm just shifting the view to the bottom view. So now you can see we are working in X and Z plane. Now since we are in the correct plane, let us go for the modeling. I'm going to create now the key points. Now going back to the drawing, we can see we have two members basically. The first member is from here to here, and its length is 1 meter. So we have to convert this into mm, that is 1000 mm, and here also this is 1000 mm. So let us do that. So I'm going for active coordinate system. So I'm putting 0 over here. So the first node is key point is created. The second is 1000. So the second key point is created, and third one is at 2000. So now you can see first key point, second key point, the third key points, they are created. Now we have to create the lines. So let us go for a straight lines. So I'm clicking over here and here. So this part is done, and here this is the second line which I have created. Now we have to go for the meshing. So for meshing we are using the mesh tools. So now we have to discretize these two lines using a number of say elements. So let us decide that we are using 10 points or 10 parts of these two lines. So we are going for number of divisions as 10, say OK. And now again I am going back over here, and I am meshing the line using a simple mesh command here and here, say OK. So now if you plot say nodes, you can see these many nodes are there. You can go to the plot controls, you can go for the numbering, and you can say the node number values, they are rightly on, right now it is off. You can go for on. So you can see the first node is created over here, the second node is at the center, and the 12th node is at the end. Now I am going for the plot option once again, and I am going for plot lines. So now you can see there are two different lines, one is in blue color and one is in the purple color. So the meshing is done. Now we have to go for the loads. We have to go for define, say apply structural displacement. Now if you observe carefully, the problem here, we have a fixed end. So since it is fixed end, so we can go for all degree of freedom as 0. So displacement at this key point, so this key point has got all degree of freedom as 0. Now if you go back to the problem, you can see the second key point and third key point is having roller. So I'm going once again the same option. So this is the second key point and this is the third key point. Now both the key points, we have the displacement in z direction. You can see the z direction is vertical, so displacement in z direction is 0. So this makes this as a roller. Now we have to apply now the pressure. So here you can see the pressure is 20 kilonewton per meter, which is equivalent to 20 Newton per millimeter. So we can select the pressure, and this time we have to select on beams. So this beam, this beam, this beam, or what you can do is you can pick a box over here and you can pick all the beams which are inside this box. So now there are n number of beams which are picked up. Now you can say OK. Now on this beam I have to give load of 24. So this is how your load looks like, which is also given in the numerical. Now our definition of everything is complete. Now let us try to solve this. So go to the solution, solve, and say current load step. Say OK. So within fraction of second you will find the solution of this particular problem is done, and then we can go to the post processor and then we can see the general solution. Now in the post processor we can go for plot results. You can see the deform shape. So you can have the deform undeformed shape. So you can see the deform undeformed shape is looking like this. Now in the problem it is asked to find out what is the slope at node number 2 and node number 3, which is the support over here and the support over here. So now let us try to find out the rotation of this point. So as you can see, this is node number 2 and this is node number 12. You can go for the nodal solution. So you can go for the list results and we can see the nodal solution. Now in the nodal solution I'm going for the degree of freedom, and I'm going for rotation in the y direction. So now rotation in the y direction, if you see the second point, which is second node, which is a roller over here, it is having a rotation of 0.4259 10 to the power 3. And if you refer this particular book, this is solved problem. So you can see, so this is value, it is minus 4.286 into 10 to the power minus 4. So the values which are coming from the software, it is exactly same. And if you refer, this is your node number 12. So node number 12 is having minus 0.71 into 10 to the power 3. So in the problem also you will find this is 7.14 into 10 to the power minus 4. There is a slight difference in the values. Those are because of the section properties which we have assumed over here. Now if you want to see the reaction, so you can have a reaction solutions as well. You can select all items. So now here you can see this is your node number 1, this is node number 2, and this is node number 12. So node number 1, it is basically fixed support, so it will be having only vertical reactions like this, and the moment at this end, so you have to see only the my value. So you can see the my value, it is 0.8 into the 10 to the power 6. Of course units are Newton and mm. You can also see the reactions at the first roller, and you can also see the reactions at the second roller.